Sorry, just trying to get this figured out, lined up. I know last week I said that I was going to sit at the table so the light wasn't behind me, but I lied. Sorry. How's everybody doing tonight? How's it going, Charles? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad, eh? I don't think that's too bright. Anyway. Yeah, you guys don't really need to see me a whole lot. You just need to hear me, right? Got a bit of a storm front coming through. We're getting a bunch of rain right now, and it's supposed to continue on throughout the night, kind of into tomorrow, and then I don't think it's supposed to do a whole lot tomorrow, but we're supposed to get up to like 90-kilometer-an-hour winds. So if that's the case, it'll be something. But I sure hope we don't get that strong of winds, because usually things start getting wrecked at that amount of wind. If you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up button as you guys come in, much appreciated. Kind of just lets everybody else know that we're up and about. Marnie Stewart popped on to say hello, but we're about to watch a movie. Have a good chat. Well, thanks, Marn. We're just getting started, so we're just talking about the weather. Yeah, so raining out there pretty good right now. Jess just came up from the barn. She was going to be doing some trenching in that. This morning I went around with the tractor and the bucket and scraped the barnyard in preparation for this rain coming through tonight. So yeah, we're just going to scrape. We scraped it down, and I fed the cows and given them some bedding, because we have yet to have a calf hit the ground. So they're supposed to be calving anytime. A week ago tomorrow, they were supposed, or they could have started to calve. So we're a week into it now and still nothing, but that's all right. It'll come in good time. Oh man. Yeah. But other than that, not a whole lot new. I did pick up coyote number 29 yesterday, and I skinned him out yesterday, but I didn't have time to flesh him, so I'm going to be heading out there in a little bit. I'm not going to stick on here too long, because I do got to get out there and get him fleshed. So actually, it was a female, but we're going to get her fleshed up and put on the board. I did get a bunch of my furs bagged up today, and I dropped them off to a buddy. He is supposed to be going down to North Bay tomorrow, and he was willing to take some furs for me. So I ended up sending 6 coyotes, 2 cats, 4 fox, and that timber wolf. So the wolf, I've got it all marked and told them to tan it, and everything else is just going to auction. So he said he'd be going through North Bay around noon, and he'd be able to drop those off. So that's going to be good. There is a truck going through, or a fur pickup truck is coming around in April sometime, mid to late April, I think. So I could have waited until then, but the only thing with that is, in the next month we could be looking at some kind of warm, humid weather, damp. So not great for hides to be hanging in the top of my garage where it's, high humidity and could be warm. So I kind of took advantage of this and figured I'd rather get my furs hanging up in the fur house. So Charles said it's been hot here. I hatched 96 quail this week. Wow, that's a lot of quail. You must have, how big an incubator do you got? You must have a fair size incubator. But yeah, so good to get rid of those furs. And I've been checking pretty much daily. I've been checking my fur account on the Fur Harvesters website to see if they've put up my grades for my furs that I have in there for the March sale, which I think is March 24th through the 26th or something like that. So less than 2 weeks away. So usually around that 2-week mark, they usually have your grades up on your account. So, but I've heard that they've been swamped and really busy on taking on the new NAFA shippers. So I would imagine they're probably a little bit behind. I've actually heard that a few of the old NAFA guys that have started with Fur Harvesters, they haven't even got their fur account, which isn't great being this close to the sale, but I'm sure Fur Harvesters will do a great job and they'll probably get everything sorted out. It's just going to take a little while. Does 120 at a time. Wow. So quail eggs are smaller than chicken eggs though, right? So when you say 120, is that 100, like could it do 120 chicken eggs at a time? Or is it a special incubator that does strictly quail? That's a lot. Wow. I think Jess's does like, what, 4 dozen? 50 chicken eggs? Anyway. But yeah, so what else was there? The furs. Yeah, I caught coyote number 29 yesterday, and she's actually in really good shape. There was no rub marks, no shedding. Well, I shouldn't say no. I did comb her out, and there was maybe a little bit more than normal hair that came out of her. But it wasn't like I had to clean my brush. Like I just combed her, and it wasn't like the brush even filled up. So I think they maybe are just starting to shed a bit, but I think they're still 100% A-okay. So I did look it up online. I was telling you guys that I wanted to look on it's like a sunlight calculator or whatever. It'll show you how many hours of daylight you're getting now in March, what that is compared to back in the fall. So right now we are the equivalent of, what did I say? It was like the end of September or something. So the end of September. So hour-wise of sunlight, that's not ideal. I never trap coyotes in September. I don't even trap them in October. I have in the past, but I typically I don't. So yeah, that was kind of interesting to see that. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to get a pile more coyotes anyway. I mean, I'd really just be happy with one more just to get to that 30. No, it will do 60 chickens at a time. Oh, okay. So it's probably close to the same size as Jess's incubator. That's pretty cool. So they're half the size of a chicken egg then. Huh. Hey, American by birth. Not much. You? I'm glad you guys could stop by. Oh, I wish I could get 100 more. Yeah. One more would just be tickety-boo. We tried that where I went in and got that coyote yesterday. Has that video gone up? Tomorrow morning. Ooh, tomorrow morning. So stay tuned on that one, guys. But anyway, it drugged I had a calf in there for bait, and they had tore it apart and had dragged it all over. But anyway, we ended up picking her up in there. Sorry, guys, I got a bit of a cold. Kids ended up getting a cold, and then I ended up getting a cold. Nothing going on here. But yeah, so I got the coronavirus. No, not really. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually not too keen on catching wolves. As much as I like catching them, and it's exciting to catch them. The thing is when I shipped my first to auction, okay, last year I was getting up to 180 some dollars for coyotes, which is really good. But Timberwolves, the top lot for Timberwolves was like 2 something. Do you know how much more work goes into a wolf than a coyote? A coyote, you don't have to have the lips left on. You don't have to leave the butthole on. You don't have to do all the pads and the claws and the feet. Coyotes, you like cut off like here, same as on the back leg. Like no legs are left on the pelt, more or less. You take the bottom jaw off. You remove the ear cartilage. Wolves, it's literally, I don't know, 6-7 hours plus to do a wolf up. And honestly, to gain another $50 in that amount of time is retarded to me. When I can literally do a coyote up, I could do probably 10 coyotes up in the same amount of time. So time-wise, it's retarded. It doesn't make any sense to do wolves. Like it's horrible. So the wolf I did up last year, I actually did it up the same as a coyote. And obviously you're going to get docked because you're not leaving the claws on, the lips, blah, blah, blah. And I only made $75 on it. You know what I mean? So like less than half of what I was making on coyotes, I got for that wolf. So it doesn't make any sense. So like I said, as exciting as it is to catch a wolf, it's just not really practical to do so. I would actually, financially, I would much rather see a coyote in the snare than a wolf. But eggs, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, you didn't upset me at all. Not at all. You didn't upset me. I was just trying to relay, because that's kind of a misconception, if you will, in the fur industry. A lot of people think that wolves are just are worth a lot more, and they're actually not. And that's again like top lot, so it's just not great. Now, with that being said, if you took the time to do up a wolf properly and then got it tanned, like I'm doing, the one I'm getting done up, my dad is just going to keep. But if you were to tan it yourself, or get it tanned, I should say, and then sell it as a tanned item, I mean, you can easily get, $600, $700, $800 probably for that pelt. The only thing is you're going to invest almost $200 just to get it tanned. So you got quite a bit of an investment into it. So let's say you get $200 maybe on the market. plus you've invested $200 to get it tanned, so you're already $400 in. So you'd have to make at least, I would say, at least $200 more to make it worth your time and effort of going through getting it tanned and blah, blah, blah. But if you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up button as you guys come in, that much appreciated. Kind of just lets everybody else know that we're in here and awake. I didn't put it as a scheduled thing. I just didn't have time, honestly. It was like 30 seconds before I even got on here. I was putting the kids to bed, blah, 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 all that jazz. And I was like, you know what? I should probably go live tonight. I think I've been going live almost every Thursday night. And yeah, so I should probably go live and just talk to you guys. So I literally just sat down, grabbed my glass of water, and glass of water, and sat down. So yeah, I didn't even write any notes down. Normally I got a little bit of a list of things to talk about, but that's all right. Found out today that with this coronavirus, not that we have it or anything like that, but apparently our school board where we live in Ontario is shutting down. So the kids go to school tomorrow for one day. All of Ontario, yeah. So they go to school tomorrow, and then next week was going to be their March break. So it was going to be a week off anyway. But now the school board sent out a message saying that the following 2 weeks after March break, they're going to be shut down minimum for 2 weeks after. So the kids get 3 weeks straight of a break. So anyway,
Never happened.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's never happened. Well, me or Jess were in school, but anyway. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to see how this all plays out. I don't really stay up to date on any big news thing or anything like that, but I have been hearing a little bit about how it's affecting even the stock market and quite a bit of the international stuff. There's even been talks about international flights being delayed or canceled, and I think NHL, NBA, all the big sports things have been canceled until further notice. So anyway, it sounds like it's a pretty big deal. Personally, I don't think it's that huge. It sounds like it's kind of just a virus, a lot like the normal standard flu. I'm not saying it's the exact same. Obviously, it's a different strain, and it's probably a little more aggressive. But from what I understand, the standard flu, the normal flu, kills more people than the coronavirus does. So I'm not exactly sure why we're getting so excited about it. But anyway, because we can. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it is what it is. We're not going to get into it a whole lot, but yeah. So
We got lots of TP though.
yeah, we got lots of TP. Yeah, that was another thing we seen. Something about people buying all the toilet paper in all the stores. But anyway.
And the virus doesn't even give you guns.
Yeah. So moving on from that. Phone's ringing. Nobody's really hitting up the comment section, the live chat a whole lot, which, whatever. I guess you guys are staying quiet. You're just listening to me ramble. That's all right, though. And, of course, Jess had to get the phone right here. That's attached to the wall. So, but yeah. Wyatt showed up. Shelves are empty here. You buy them out, bud? Yeah, I just don't understand it, really. But it is what it is. So if you guys seen Dwayne Lazar's live chat, man, that guy is amazing. Honestly, like, I know you guys already know who he is, but I mean, honestly, he's got like 200 people watching his live chat at any given time. he goes on for 3 hours, and it's all good stuff. Anyway, amazing. Huge shout out to that guy. What a good guy. Really funny. Yeah, so I'm friends with him on Facebook, and we chat quite a bit back and forth. And so anyway, I've told him about how my one daughter, Brooke, she calls him Santa Claus, or that he looks like Santa Claus. So I was telling him about that, and of course he didn't like that. He said Santa Claus is a lot more jolly. So anyway, yeah, so he ended up giving my daughter and my channel and myself a big shout out on his live, or on his last video. Sorry, if you guys want to check it out, it's the one titled has something to do with ear cartilage. Anyway, it's the last video that he posted. But yeah, it was pretty good. So I really appreciated that, and because we are 9 away from getting 1,000 subscribers. Look at that. Jess has got a big bowl of something. Lucky Charms. But yeah, 9 away, if you guys can believe that. So pretty pumped about that. That is something that we've been working at getting for about a year now. It's been about a year since Jess came on board, doing the editing and pushing me to get more videos out. And so yeah, so to be a 9 away from 1,000 is pretty sweet. So been a really good year. 9 away and 1 away from getting 30 coyotes, unbelievable. So really hoping that we can hit both here in the next few days. But yeah. Oh yeah. So going back to when Dwayne gave the shout out there in his video, he had kind of given me a heads up through Facebook. He had told me, like, watch this next episode. I give you a shout out and tell your daughter to watch. So whenever I see that Dwayne's videos is going to be on, he usually keeps it fairly PG. So we usually watch it in the morning while we have our breakfast. And so Brooke was sitting there watching, and they all enjoy it. And then he says her name, and you should have seen her eyes light up. I mean, she was just, honestly, she was so excited to hear her name. Yeah. Hey, Scott, how's it going? It was a great shout out, man. It was. And Dwayne Lazar is my hero too. You're gonna get me emotional. No, not really, but okay, Scott. I don't recognize your name. So beg my pardon if you've been in here and I just am ignorant and I just don't recognize you. But anyway, glad to have you in here. But if you're new, let me know. Yeah. I recognize everybody else. I'm not sure if I recognize Scott Swift. Yeah, exactly. Santa said hi. Yeah. No, I was bugging him because he was talking about possibly pulling up, what was it, today, I think. This Thursday. He was talking about possibly pulling up. So I was really jabbing him there, trying to get him to keep going a few more days. But I know that he's got his court hearing coming up there shortly. So I think he's got to pull his line and get ready for all that. So I really hope he does good with that. Obviously I've only heard the one side, but from what I hear, from the way that Dwayne explains it, it was an honest mistake. He has taken full ownership of it, but still, I don't think it's something that is worth him losing his license over. But anyway, I really do hope that the guy gets it in his favor. So. Nice. What'd you get from F&T today? I know I got to get some more gland lure in that for next season. I ended up running out, So I ended up, yeah, I got to get some ordered for harvesters for next year. I usually use that Red Fox gland and canine triple take for my hay mound sets. So miscommunication. Yeah, exactly. I don't. It wasn't maliciously done, but he did do so. I think you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd hate to see him lose his license for a year or whatever. So J hook tool and swivels. Oh, nice. Are the swivels for snares or for the footholds? Oh, I know he has a job to go to too. He's I was gonna say an iron worker, but I don't think is it steam fitter maybe? Frick, I can't remember now. Anyway, it is what it is. Excuse? Jess is looking at some stuff online.
It's not.
Well, what was that? Got to keep an eye on her. Boilermaker. There you go. Yeah, Boilermaker. Oh, got some. I got some more bait. My neighbor ended up losing a calf, so I got that for bait and took it up into my brother-in-law Jordan's place. There's been some sign up in there, so that's where I chose to take it. So I'm really hoping that the snow stays around a little bit longer because in order to get up in there, I pretty much have to have a snow machine. So, yeah, so I'm really hoping that the snow stays long enough that I can get the use out of that calf up there for bait. So. Tubby says, being naughty, eating Lucky Charms in front of everyone. You bring enough for the rest of the class, Jess? She said it's on the counter. That's one thing I've never enjoyed, Lucky Charms. Mind you, I've got a bit of a lactose intolerant issue there, but the goat's milk that we got seems to be all right for me. So I can eat cereal sometimes, but Lucky Charms is definitely not why it's coming over. He'll be here in like 5-6 hours? Not bad. So I shouldn't say we. I had been getting up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and going and checking the cows.
I was too.
Oh, you were too for a little bit with the goat. But then Jess gave up on the goat. So then I took over because the goat and Malls, our oldest cow, they were both looking like they were going to be having babies. The goat was overdue, and Malls, we don't really have a due date on. So anyway, go down there and check. The goat ended up having her babies in daylight during daytime. So that was a bit of a waste. And the cow still has not calved, and she kind of stopped showing the signs that she kind of was. So anyway, false alarm, waste of sleep. So there was, 3-4 nights that was wasted. But anyway, it is what it is. So I think the last 2 nights we've gotten to sleep solid. Boom. Nice. Yeah. Well, last night Brookie was sick with this cold that kind of is going through our house now. But anyway, yeah. So American by birth, I am an iron worker. He is a boilermaker. There you go. Maybe that's where I got the iron worker from. I knew somebody would be an iron worker. Oatmeal for me. Oatmeal. Bah. 6 or 7, laugh out loud. Not bad.
You'd be here for breakfast.
You'd be here for middle of the night cow check. I eat grits. I've had that before. I've had grits. It wasn't good, I don't think. I keep them running. I gotcha. Never had grits, not even sure I can get them here. I think grits is something that you make. But anyway, I'm not exactly sure. I had it at a camp, I think, I believe. But yeah, from what I remember, it wasn't, the texture in your mouth was not the greatest. Anyway, actually, talking about Ironworker and Boilermaker,
Looks like oatmeal.
yeah, exactly. It is very similar to oatmeal. Yeah. I was actually a millwright apprentice at one time. But anyway, that was many moons ago. Many moons ago at the steel plant. That is in the Soo. SR. I was in SR and I was in Tenaris Tubes.
You work 116-hour shift?
Yeah, Jess always bugs me about my 116-hour, which it wasn't one. It was like 2 weeks solid of 16s. But anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that's moons ago. Moons
Now
ago.
you're a farm and trapper.
Now I'm a farm and trapper.
Or trapper and farmer.
Well, just the way the cookie crumbles. Grits are more in the south. Yeah. Well, they can keep them down there. What else is there?
How's the herd doing?
How's the herd doing? Somebody said that?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, see, she sees it on her screen well before I do. It's slow on mine. How's the herd doing? The herd is doing really good. Like I said, I fed them this morning, gave them a bunch of bedding, and how's the herd doing? The herd is doing really good. Like I said, I fed them this morning, gave them a bunch of bedding, and we wouldn't be surprised this year if we seen a set of twins or two. There's especially this one cow. She's a big one. She is a big one. We actually named her. Is that the one we call Minnie? Not the biggest one, eh? But anyway, when we first got this heifer as like a calf, almost yearling, we named her Minnie because when we bought her, we bought 3 of them, and she was the smallest of the 3. They were all the same age, but she was the smallest. So we ended up naming her Minnie. She ended up surpassing her fellow classmates big time. She is now one of the biggest cows down there. And so it's just kind of funny that she ended up getting the name Minnie, and there's nothing Minnie about her. But anyway, herd is doing great. Everybody seems healthy. The only cow that we have a bit of a question about is Smokers. She has produced a nice calf every year, no issues. This year, however, she just doesn't look pregnant. So I'm not exactly sure why. But anyway, we went to the Soo. We looked for shoulder length gloves because normally we have them, but we don't. We ran out, and this is the kind of stuff that I'm always after Jess for, like make sure that, if we run out of stuff, we resupply. But anyway, women.
I used them all up checking you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Checking your prostate.
Yeah, prostate. Like, should just be like 1 or 2 nug deep. No, Jess, put on shoulder length glove. Let's get in there and check, let's check out your tonsils. Anyway,
Disgusting.
it is disgusting. You know what that tastes like after?
Not Lucky Charms.
No, definitely not Lucky Charms. So anyway, we don't have any shoulder length gloves, but we want to get Smokers into one of the so there should be a very big calf in there that you should be easily able to feel. So anyway, we checked around all the different stores, and then we ended up talking to Jess's mom, my mother-in-law, and found out that she has shoulder length gloves. So we are going to get some ordered, but in the meantime, we are going to steal 1 or 2 from her, and probably try and get this cow checked in the next couple days. But anyway, that's kind of the herd update. Hopefully that answered your question there, Wyatt. Oh, and yes, the goat that we were up, in the night checking, she ended up having triplets, and everything was okie dokie. The one male, its umbilical cord it was born fine, but then within a couple hours, its umbilical cord went from, pinky thin to like the size of my thumb, and it was like full of blood, and it was bleeding quite a bit. So Jess ended up bringing it up to the house. I got some floss and tied that sucker off right at the belly, and it dried up, and he seems to be doing 100% a-okay. So good news there. And all the other baby goats doing good. The 2 new goats that she bought there about 3 weeks ago, doing good. Everybody's doing perfect. Oh yeah, the new calf that we got from Memories that we were bottle feeding. It is now just on a pail. It is doing good. She is doing great. It's kind of hard to tell if she's growing a whole lot, but I'm sure she is. There's no issues with her. Yeah, we've had a few litter of rabbits, and the chickens are, Jess is hatching lots of chickens. Anyway, I'm going to give her a read down the list here. I'm way at Wyatt's, and he's at the top, and I got a lot of catching up. Tell her she has. I know, honestly, American by birth, I hear you. I don't like that either. She wants to be part of the whole, YouTube world, but then she's like, I don't want to be in the front of the camera. I had her once on here. It was a farm chat, and I had her on here, and it was good, but no, she'd rather sit 3 feet from me, talking in my ear.
The problem is shower day's Friday, and you always do this Thursday, so.
Disgusting. Anyway, no, I agree. It's actually annoying for me too, because I'm not sure if you guys can hear what she says. So then I repeat, but then like in videos, then I watch it, and then I can hear that you guys would actually be able to hear what she says. And then I'm just, anyway, shut your mouth. I'm in the South. Grits are great. Ugh. Maybe mine just weren't made right. Is that your daughter we hear? No, that'd be my wife. If you mean the one talking next to me. Come on, Jess, you had one job. Just didn't get caught, maybe. Yep, sure did. Yeah, see, Scott says he can hear you. So, okay, that's it. When Jess says something, I'm not even going to acknowledge her. I'm with you, Wyatt. I'm with you. I'm prettier, but she is the brains. Anyway, yeah, one away from getting our bowl of coyotes. Turkey season, like I said, we were just in the soup. Oh my goodness, the man, the myth, the legend, Dwayne Lazar. Everybody, take your hats off. Moment of silence. Dwayne Lazar is in the house, everybody. I am doing fantastic. My hero. Good. Well said. Like I said, bring tears to my eyes. Yeah, now we got to say, watch what we say. Dwayne's here. Everybody just be nice to the guy. Dwayne, don't read too far back in the comments. You'll see all the negative stuff we were talking about you. I definitely didn't have to do a KOD on that coyote that I caught yesterday. There was an inch of snow on it, so you know what? If he bit me, I figured it was so el cognito that I deserve to get bit. Yeah, well, guys, we would have had Dwayne in here a long time ago, but about a week ago, he messages me and he goes, Mike, I really feel bad, but I don't think I'm subscribed to your channel. So anyway, needless to say, Dwayne, I think, finally subscribed to my channel, which is great. But yeah, it had only been like, I don't know, a year. What a guy, I tell you. I don't know how much talking we've been doing him up, but we've definitely been talking about him. Oh, boys, the storm outside is just picking up something terrible. Yeah, actually, Ronaldo Velaki, I'm wondering the exact same thing. I'm wondering how today's check went. And please tell me, Dwayne, that you did not pull. I don't know what I'm going to watch on TV if I don't watch Dwayne Lazar. Yeah, exactly. Brooke will be devastated. Be back to watching Dora the Explorer with breakfast. Oh, man. Oh, he's not feeling well this morning. Bait and Ammo. Oh, Bait and Ammo did sneak in here. How's it going? Glad you could stop by. Well, here's to tomorrow's check there, Dwayne. I sure hope you get a few dogs. Oh, boy. What else was there? There was something else. Oh, syrup. Yeah, the whole syrup season. Everybody's tapped in. I think everybody thought it was going to start running here, going to be like an early season. It ended up not being that. It's ran a bit. Dad boiled last night, eh? Yeah, Dad boiled last night for the first time. He didn't even have enough to boil anything off. But I think we boiled down 80 liters or something like that. My brother-in-law, but he's on vacuum. He's got quite a bit of sap coming in. Still not enough to boil yet, though. Mind you, he's got a pretty big setup there. He's got to have, I don't know how many thousands of gallons of sap to even to fire up the pans. Evaporator. That's the word. But yeah, so it's been kind of slow. Haven't even been collecting pails every day. It's been more like every 3 or 4 days. So yeah. Huh?
Anybody running Chess's old bush?
Oh, yeah. Don Mancher. I don't know if you know him, but him and Chess, they were like thick as thieves. They were always running together. Yeah, pretty much if you knew Chess, you knew who Don Mancher was. But anyway, Don Mancher now has Chess's place, the bush, the maple bush. So Chess is, or Don has been running that ever since Chess passed away.
He ran before.
Yeah, he ran like I mean, Chess. I don't know how much Chess was able to do in the later years. So it was always Chess and Don doing it together. And then, of course, when Chess died, then Don just took over. And I think there's him and then his daughter and son-in-law. I think they all kind of run the operation there now. He's going to, yeah, Bob is Don's son-in-law, and he does chainsaw carving. And then him and his wife also go to a fly-in fishing lodge for 2 or 3 months in the fall in northern BC, I believe. But anyway, yeah, they're the ones. Bob's Chainsaw Carving is the guy that built our playhouse. We showed that in a video last summer. Anyway. Oh, soft running hard in Pennsylvania. Okay. You got much for, is there much for maple trees down in Pennsylvania? Must be some, obviously. Nice. Is the shave going to be before or after the live? What will Brooke think of you then? Right now, she think I know you already know, but she already thinks you're Santa Claus if you shave. Nobody's gonna recognize you. You have to start a whole new channel, man. Okay, so you have heard of him. Is the redhead shaving you? Ronnie Smith Jr. How's it going? Oh, you're getting your head shaved during the live. Is Pete doing it? I kind of want to see Pete shave your head with a straight edge. Like, just give her old school. Not straight edge, straight razor or whatever those things are called. You know what I'm talking about. I'm doing good. Yeah. Oh, that'll be cool. That sucks that you're pulling though. I was just telling the guys earlier. I know you were talking about possibly pulling today. So I'm glad that you're waiting till Monday. But yeah, I mean, I know it's just that time of year, right? We're trying to hang on to every last little hope, but now that I literally only have one to go, I don't know, I might still be set till July just to get that last dog. I don't know, whatever it takes. I think I'm
after one over the field.
Yeah, oh. Myself, nobody gets anywhere near my hair with clippers. Ah, chicken. Pete would be a good one. I think you could trust Pete. He might nick you a little bit. So yesterday we're getting ready for supper. Jess looks out the kitchen window, and in the neighbor's field, which I have kind of permission to be on, she goes, "There's a coyote." So I look, and sure enough, there's a coyote out in the field. So I said, "Okay, I'm going to grab my gun, and I'm going to hop on the snow machine, and I'm going to take off after it." And so anyway, grab my gun, just the 22, and hop on the snow machine. I go ripping across our property, cross the fence line. The snow's deep enough, it's over the fence. Cross the fence line, cross the neighbor's field. By then, the coyotes, he had already disappeared, so I wasn't 100% sure where he was. So I'm going along, and all of a sudden, out behind this knoll in the field, the coyote comes out, and it's heading, for the bush. So I'm just gunning it, trying to cut it off before it gets to the bush line. And as I'm, getting there, I'm in my head, I'm like, man, this coyote's not running very fast. Like, why? What's up with that? But I'm still giving her, I'm like, well, today's my lucky day. So I get maybe 100 yards from it, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, stink. There's white on that coyote. White and black. That's a border collie. So I did a big Yui. Felt pretty stupid because chances are, if the dog was out there, the neighbor was too. But anyway, so I get back to the house feeling kind of dumb. Park the snow machine, come inside, and actually I look back and I could see somebody somebody's head bobbing, you know, just on the other side of the ridge. I could see that somebody was like on a snow machine or something. So the dog must have been out there with them. I never seen anybody while I was out there, but anyway. But I was talking to my neighbor who owns that property, and I said, "So were you out on your snow machine?" He said, "No, my snow machine's broke." He said, "It wasn't me." I said, "Well, somebody was out there," and I told him the story, and he's like, "Oh, that's funny." He's like, "No, it wasn't me that was out there." So he's not really sure who was out there. But anyway, I wouldn't shoot. Like, I know that kind of sounds bad of a story, but I wouldn't shoot unless I was 100% sure it was a coyote. So obviously, I mean, I would have been right on it before I would have ever pulled the trigger. But anyway. Oh, Kirk showed up. How's it going, Kirk? Tight Line Nation. Man, there's a few names in here that are new. Sapbush every okay. Well, that's good. So there must be quite a few producers down there, making syrup then, if there's a lot of maple bush. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to read the. Okay, everybody's just saying hey. Hi. Anyway, yeah. So other than that, turkey season. I think I was about to start talking about that, but then I got onto something else. I think Dwayne showed up. So yeah, so turkey season, we're just over a month away from that. Like I was saying, we were in the Sioux a few days ago, so then I was able to pick up some turkey shells. They're a little bit on the pricey side. Paid like $20 for 10 shells, so $2 a shell. It's kind of getting up there.
If you empty the gun every time.
And I pretty much empty the gun every time, whether I see a turkey or not. No, not true, but in goose hunting, I do. In goose hunting, I definitely empty my gun every time, whether it's called for or not. But that I'm only paying $1 a shell, so it's not as bad. Usually goes through a case or so. Yeah, me too. I'm starting to get a little excited. It's that time of year where things start to, you're coming out of the winter months. You're ready to kill. Well, I mean, I've been killing things all winter, but I'm ready to start hunting something, I guess I should say. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting pretty pumped. Actually, I went around and I've already started talking to the landowners that I've gotten permission from in the past, making sure that everything is tickety-boo for this upcoming season, because I don't want to, I've kind of got burnt in the past. You know, you'd think if you've hunted a place for year after year after year, don't get me wrong, I know that doesn't give you the right, and I ask every year. And some people are like, why you ask me every year? You know what I mean? Like, no, you're the only one that can hunt it. But not everybody's like that. So I like to ask every year. But yeah, so you'd think after hunting it year after year, kind of all the local hunters know that you hunt that. But I have been kind of screwed in the past. And you wait, 2 or 3 weeks prior to season, and you go up to the landowner and you're like, oh, do you mind if we do what we've been doing for the last 10 years? And they're like, oh, well, actually, yeah, it's okay if you hunt there too, but somebody else in the meantime wants to hunt there too. So if you can kind of just work with, and it's like, what? I don't want to work with anybody. Anyway, that's my struggles in life, guys. I don't know. Maybe you guys have the same issues. I'll be doing a train and fishing trip. Oh, train and fishing trip with my son and grandson. Oh, that's cool. Where are you guys going? Hey, how's it going, Tim? Glad you could stop by. We'll make it an annual thing. Oh yeah, that's traditions always are good. Drop off a ham to the owner. Yeah, that always definitely helps. Well, the one lady that I asked, well, actually two of the ladies that I asked are widows. They're in their 80s, and uh, like they're one person. So like a ham would do them too long. You know what I mean? It'd go bad. I'd have to give them half of a burger at a time. But anyway, I get your point. No, I usually the one lady I snow blow for, and I do odd jobs for, so um, which I don't mind because I mean I get stuff in return. So my cousin just bought a new house on 50 acres. Nice, nice. There you go. Good hunting. Good hunting property. Oh, you're heading to Wawa for your fishing. What are you going to be going after up there? Too early for rainbow, eh? Yeah, it'd be too early for rainbow. I think. I do. Okay, candy or something. There you go, candy. Half a burger. I don't know. Oh, kiss and whiskey. You'd have to put the whiskey first. Give them whiskey and then a kiss. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is gonna go downhill fast. Mike, do you do any bear hunting around your place? You know, I've talked a little bit about this in the past. I've never bear hunted. Um, I've had bear meat, actually bear sausage, and like I've said before, you pretty much put any meat into a sausage with the spices, and I mean it tastes good. But bear meat in particular doesn't overly excite me. I've got enough wild game and farm raised stuff that bear meat just doesn't overly entice me to get. With that being said, though, a few years ago we did have a massive black bear here with a nice big white V on its chest. And actually, I had my M15 bear snare out for him and came close to getting him, but I never did. And that was the only thing that I've ever done with a bear. But I never did get him. So, yeah. Hey, Michael DeRocher. How's it going? Walleye, pike, and speck. Oh, nice. It's been a long time since I went speck fishing. Really, you prefer bear meat over deer, eh? That's interesting. Um, actually, Tim, you know what? I don't know exactly when. Within the last couple of years, it used to be that you could snare bears, take as many bears as you wanted. But then in the last couple of years, they changed that. And if I'm not mistaken, which Kirk, Chopper Trails and Tails would be able to tell you a little bit better. But I believe now you actually have to get a quota for bears. The last time I talked to the M&R here in the Sioux anyway, they said that you can't just get as many bears as you wanted like it used to be. So yeah, but because I'm native status, I mean, obviously I can still get whatever bears I want, but the not really gray area, it's actually kind of black and white. to harvest a bear on my status card and then ship the fur for money. Once you do that, you kind of are going from personal use to commercial, I guess you could say. So that no longer falls. So the way the M&R told me is because I'm native, I don't have to buy a tag, and any non-native could buy a bear hunting tag, hunt a bear, and take that one bear, sell the pelt. So as a native, legally, I can harvest one bear and take the pelt and ship it, and that would be totally fine. What they don't want to see is, even as a native, catching 10 bears and shipping the furs, because obviously you're now going into kind of a commercial side of thing. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, hopefully that answers you. But yes, we can snare for them. I actually have some videos up of the M15 bear snare. I bought them a few years ago, and like I said, I put them out after that one big bear. Not to mention my father-in-law was having issues with a couple black bears ripping into his silage bags on the farm. So I had them set up over there, and I ended up just snaring coons. There were definitely bear there because you could see the big claw marks in the side of the egg bags, but that was the only time I ever used them, was there and after the big bear at my sister's place. So anyway, I smoked the back straps and it's better than bait. Oof, wow. That's the thing. You know what? Especially wild game. Pretty much it's all in how you prepare it, and cook it. So I know a lot of people end up overcooking wild game, and that's something that's kind of a big no-no. Oh, that would be nice. Be nice to get that on film, Kirk? That your grandson hunting. I've killed 3 bears. Nice. What was the biggest bear you got? Only one state allows snaring. Wow. You always turned our bear meat into sausage and pepperoni. Yeah, like I said, I mean, once you do that, I mean, anything tastes good. You always turn her. Wow. That's actually something that seems pretty cool, is hunting mountain lions. Do you run them with dogs, Scott? My dream hunt is to hunt mountain cats. Be a cool hunt for sure. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody eating lion meat. Yeah, I think running them with dogs would be pretty cool. What's that? What's my dream hunt? I would like to hunt elk, like in the hills, like in, I don't know, BC or Alberta. But as a kid, I always wanted to hunt whitetails on the Milk River in Montana. That was always like my big thing. And I mean, I still would. They seem to produce huge bucks there. And I really like the country. Yeah, that'd be all right too. Slow cook is a must with wild game. Yeah. Slow cook and don't overcook it. We can't use dogs unless they're taking livestock. Oh, okay. So how do you hunt them then? Do you hunt them over bait, or do you track them, or how do you do that exactly? All 3 were 200 pounders. Oh, nice. I had some videos and pictures of the black bear that was hanging around here, and I sent them to Trapping World, Dave. If you guys know Trapping World, Dave. Anyway, I sent them to him because he, I believe, used to or still does guide bear hunts, and I know not a whole lot about bears. So I sent him all the information, sent him videos, pictures, and he came back saying that that bear was at least 450 pounds plus. So that's a big bear. I mean, you guys should have seen it. I have videos out of it if you guys want to go and check it out. It was a massive bear, massive, massive bear. So yeah, that would have been one that I would have loved to have gotten a hold of. I would have turned that sucker into a rug and kept him myself. I'm not rich, so it's stock and shoot. Okay. Good eater size. Lynx meat. They say it's good. I haven't heard of eating. Yeah, I've heard of people eating lynx and even bobcat. But I've never heard of anybody eating lion meat. Mountain lion, yeah. What a bear meat. Okay. Probably depends too on where you get your bears from. You know, whether or not they're a dump bear in that. Lion and bobcat are both good. Have to take your word for it. Yeah. Like I said, I for me personally, there's so many other meats out there. I'm not much of a explorer when it comes to eating. So I just, tried and true, beef, burgers, that's my style. Sausage. Anyway, just being dirty. Hot dogs, wieners. We harvested an elk this fall. Cow meat tastes pretty blah. Yeah, you know what? I've heard that. I've definitely heard that before. Our old neighbor, when I was growing up, he went on this great big elk hunt. I think it cost him quite a bit of money to even go on. And when he came back, he ended up with a freezer full of elk, and he got to the point where he couldn't even give it away. Everybody that he gave it to didn't want any more. He didn't want it, and it was exactly blah. Find an area, track and stock. Yeah. Do they come into bait? I was wondering if you like hauled out a dead cow or something, if you could get them consistently coming in there during daylight. Moose. There you go. Yeah. Moose is kind of more of a go-to for a lot of people when it comes to wild game. Deer compared to moose, deer is a lot more gamey, a lot more strong. I have to draw a tape. Wow. So did he end up shooting that in self-defense? Wow, that would be quite the hunt. They get them over 800 pounds here. Wow, that is huge. Oh, I don't know. We're talking about so many different things. American by birth, is that elk or is that bear? Because that seems huge for bear. Elk, I'm thinking elk. City bears here like the college. I've got a few dogs to flip. I'll be back in a bit. All right, Dwayne, see you later. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here because I got to go out to the skinning shack myself and get that coyote done up. So on average, they dress out at 300 pounds for elk. Okay. Well, that's still quite a bit of meat. I guess not that much though. Because I mean, field dress around here for a big buck is 200, 250 on average. That's not even a huge buck.
250, that'd be a big one.
Yeah, I mean 250 would. But I mean the 11 pointer that I shot was 210 or something. And I mean that wasn't a huge body deer.
Dad's was 265 and it was huge.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Wow, 20 years old. No wonder she was black. Man,
They like eating malls.
that'd be worse than eating moles. In the definition, if that was a chicken, that'd be an old stew hen. Man, 20 years old. Oof. That's nasty.
Even the tire.
Yeah. Pretty much he didn't even know what then was there. Wow. So why did he get in any, like, was there any repercussions for him shooting a bear? I'm guessing of the season. Like, did the MNR have to come and check it out or anything like that? That's crazy. That's quite the story.
Hmm.
12 and a half feet, 6 pounds, 600 pounds. Wow, that's a huge one. Wow. That's one thing I'm glad we don't have around here is gators. Elk were introduced here 20 years ago. She was one of the first. She was one of the first. Oh,
She was collared.
Kirk, did you tie it? Did you kill an elk that was tied to the fence post? Those are called horses. Oh man, poor thing was saddled. With a rider on it? Oh my goodness. No, I'm just bugging. Bear. Okay. Record is 700. No season was open and he had a tag. Oh, okay. I gotcha. 20 or so over 700 pounds for bears every year. Wow, that's huge. Yeah, gator hunting, that'd be to the next level, that's for sure. Gators is good eating. Sorry, I'm sure it's true. It just sounds like something that'd be out of a movie.
Probably like eating pike.
Like eating pike. Yeah,
I don't know.
could be.
I mean, they like.
They kind of eat everything.
Yeah.
Get some nice boots. Gator boots. It scored around 350. Okay. Wow. Kirk, I've heard that about many of the locales. Okay. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool to find out that information on that elk. That's crazy. Well, guys, I hate to not really cut it short. This is kind of average for me. But like I said, I got to go and do that coyote. I skinned her out last night, and I really should get her fleshed out and put on the board. And it is 9:19 here. I know you guys out west, it's only just after 7. But yeah, exactly. No matter what time I go to bed, the kids are still up at 6 o'clock. So anyway, so I will go out and get that coyote done up. I wish I've been trying to figure out a way of trying to get you guys to be able to be live out in the garage. I just don't know if my internet would reach out there. Like I said, I got to try that out and figure that out, but that'd be awesome if I could get you guys set out there. Thanks, Wyatt. And yeah, Scott says you need to be on camera next time. She just gave me a big
With you on one.
No, those days are over. Thanks everyone for supporting our boy and Jess. Yes, thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for everybody that's showing up to the live. Special thanks to everybody that's hitting up the live chat. The live chat really helps everything just keep going. Like I said earlier in the video, we're 9 away from our 1,000, which is just kind of a goal that I think a lot of people look for. And I know some of you guys are well past that already. But I mean, I'm sure there was at one point that you guys were looking for that 1,000. So we're almost there. And, but yeah, had a blast. Catch you next time. Have a good one. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. And we'll see you guys probably next week. And till then, check out the video coming up tomorrow morning on coyote number 29. See you guys. 8 away now. Right on. Okay, see you guys.